Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah.
Hey beautiful people, it is your girl Ashima Mgonga. If you are new to this channel, thank you for joining me and kindly subscribe to become part of this family, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. And if you are a returning, I see you and welcome back. Sister Talks. Before I start, guys, it is so cold. I think this has to be like the coldest winter in South Africa. So I have my trusted friends over here because it is cold, so I hope you guys are keeping warm. Okay, so Sister Talks is back, and I am back with a very informative video speaking about UTIs. This is something that almost all women go through once in their lifetime, or even more than once. Speaking from experience, I had it a couple of times. So sit back and listen. A UTI is a urinary tract infection that affects the urinary system, which consists of the bladder, the kidneys, and the urethra. Our anatomy makes us susceptible to be infected with UTIs or other infections because our urethras are shorter than males and the anus is quite close to the urethra, which is why women need to wipe correctly, which is wiping from front to back. Because if you're wiping from back to front, which means you're wiping from the anus to the urethra, you are taking all those germs from your anus to your vajayjay or your urethra. So we do not want that. So I have my fair share of UTIs, and I'm so happy to say that haven't had UTIs for like 2 to 3 years. Quite happy. For someone that had been having UTIs almost every month, yes guys, almost every month I was diagnosed, or at some point I was even self-diagnosing because I knew the symptoms. I knew everything about UTI because I have been having it every month. So I would just go to the doctor and be like, okay doctor, can I just get antibiotics because I know what's going on? And they would just, obviously will have to do the test to prove that I do have UTI, but I already knew. Let me tell you the symptoms of UTI. So the most common symptoms are the frequent urge to urinate. Let me tell you, even if it's a drop of urine in your bladder, you will run to the bathroom. And it was so frustrating when I would have like the urge to urinate. I go to the bathroom, literally run to the bathroom, and it will be just a drop. Just a drop, but it feels like your bladder is so full because of how inflamed it is. It literally doesn't want anything to be in the bladder. So there's a frequent urge to urinate, and oftentimes it is just a drop, nothing else, and it would burn. When I urinate, it would be so painful to urinate. It feels like something is just burning my bladder, my urethra, and everything. And you'd also feel like pressure or like cramping in your lower abdomen where the bladder is situated. You would feel like there's something pushing against, like I can't explain the pressure, but there's often pressure. People that have had UTIs would know what I'm talking about. Oftentimes I would smell my urine before I would know that like I have an UTI, or before the other symptoms come. The first thing I would notice is a smell. It's like a distinctive smell. It's like, it smells like a wound. I don't know if you guys know how wounds smell. I'm a nurse, so I know all these different types of smells, but it smells like a wound, like a fresh wound with pus and everything. It literally smells like that. you can't ignore the smell. It's just there. So oftentimes I would smell when I pee. I'd get that smell and be like, it's about to go down. And not immediately after that, maybe like 2 days after that, I'd get the urge to urinate, and when I urinate it will burn. But when that one symptom comes, I know exactly what to do, and I will tell you guys all about that. And the urine would also like change, like how it looks. It will either be cloudy or bloody. I never had the bloody urine. My urine would just be cloudy. It's like urine and you put like a cloud on it. I'm so bad at explaining, I know, but basically it's just like urine in a cloud. Cloudy urine. It's the only way I can explain it. Those are the most common symptoms of the UTI, and if a UTI is left untreated, it can become a kidney disease, which may lead to kidney failure. So you do not want to leave your UTIs untreated. Now let's talk about the causes of UTI. Sexual activity is one of the causes and could be one of the biggest causes, and reason being is that during coitus or the activity, germs are introduced from outside to inside the urethra. So it is advisable either to take a shower before sexual activity, or you pee before and after you have coitus. The reason why they advise to take a shower is so that you wash away the germs that you have accumulated throughout the day. And the reason why they advise people to pee before and after coitus is so that you eliminate the germs or the bacteria via your urine, because urine is acidic, so it does kill certain types of bacteria when you are excreting. Okay, people who had a previous UTI are also prone to getting another UTI or a couple of UTIs after the first one. Poor hygiene is one of the causes of UTIs, which is why we teach people the proper way of wiping. So you do not wipe from back to front, because if you are doing that, you're taking all the germs, and you can imagine the germs that are in your anus. You're taking all those germs, all that dirt, and you are wiping it to your urethra, and we don't want that. The proper way to wipe is wiping from your urethra, or let's say from your vagina to your anus, or like that, not this way. And also we advise people to wear comfortable, free underwear and not tight panties or tight underwear, because that is like a breathing environment for germs. We do not want that. Your vagina or your private area must be able to breathe. People with diabetes are also prone to UTIs because high blood pressure does weaken the immune system's defense, and it cannot fight off infection as good as someone whose immune system is healthy. And the last cause of UTI on my list is pregnancy. Believe it or not, when you are pregnant, there is a lot of hormonal changes going on, which causes an imbalance in our hormonal system. And having a UTI while you are pregnant is very, very dangerous, and it should be taken seriously, because having a UTI while you are pregnant causes high blood pressure, and when you have high blood pressure, that makes you become at risk of preeclampsia, preterm birth, cesarean section, and placenta abruptio. So when a child is born early, which is preterm birth or preterm delivery, the baby is obviously not as developed and may have many challenges because the organs are not well developed. Baby might have either breathing, feeding, or illnesses when baby is born. And some of the babies might be at risk of sudden infant death syndrome. So please take it very serious. Now let us talk about treatment. I'm going to be discussing home remedies first because I am a home remedy type of girl. I do not like taking tablets. Medication is not for me. I mean, I do take it if I have to, but like I am a more of a home remedy type of person. If I can make it at home, then that's the route I'm taking. The first thing you have to do is hydrate. You have to drink plenty of fluids, and you need to avoid drinks with caffeine, which will obviously be your coffee, drinks with acid. Avoid those. Hydrate. Drink your water, your cranberry, but you need to remember, if it's cranberry, it needs to be 100% cranberry, not just any cranberry. It's not going to work. It needs to be 100% cranberry juice. You also need to be avoiding alcohol when you have UTI because of the acid within alcohol beverages. You also need to take probiotics because they have good bacteria and will kill the harmful bacteria that is within your system. Vitamin C is also another remedy that I swear by. Vitamin C is very important when you have an infection because it makes your immune system strong so that it is able to fight away the infection or the bacteria that you have. Vitamin C is, I swear by it. It worked for me personally. Vitamin C lowers the pH of the urine, which makes it less likely for the bacteria to thrive and survive within the urinary system. During this time when you have a UTI, you need to make sure that you are practicing good hygiene. I mean, you need to do that every day, but during this period, you need to make sure. Another home remedy that worked for me was garlic water. This hands down was the solution for me. Garlic water, I swear by it, it works for me. It's something that I searched for. No one ever told me about garlic water. I searched for the garlic water and it works. Like, I am living proof that garlic water works. So what I did, I would either take garlic, cut it in like small pieces, take a 2-liter bottle, throw it in there, throw some water and drink. Sometimes I would boil the water with the garlic and also drink that. It works. Reason being is that garlic contains sulfur, which contains allicin. I hope I'm pronouncing that word right. It contains allicin, which has antibacterial factors which kill bacteria. I don't know how I search. You know, when you are going through something and you're just going through Google searching for different things, that's how I came with this whole garlic thing, and it worked for me. It honestly worked for me. So if you're someone that is prone to UTIs, try it. After I discovered this whole garlic thing, I never went to the doctor again. When I had like the first symptom of UTI, like maybe the smell or the frequent urination, I would just make sure that I make my 2-liter bottle of garlic water and then drink the whole day, and it washes away the bacteria. Because remember, you are hydrating, and also the garlic has the antibacterial factors, so you're doing 2 things in one. Those are home remedies. Now we go to prescription. Prescription is antibiotics. And guys, please, when you take antibiotics, why did I say antibiotics? Oh my word, it's not American, okay? And another thing I want to stress on is that you need to finish your course of antibiotics. Even if it feels like the symptoms are gone after 3 days and the doctor told you to take the antibiotics for 5 days, and within day 3 you don't have the symptoms, finish the course, because sometimes the bacteria might still be there and then you decide to stop. It will multiply, and when it multiplies it will become resistant to that antibiotic that you were taking and will need a much stronger dose or much stronger antibiotic. And you don't want to stay on antibiotics for too long, because sometimes antibiotics don't work because you are resistant. You can become multi-resistant to antibiotics, and most antibiotics will not work for you. So please finish your course of antibiotics. Antibiotics that are usually prescribed for UTIs is Bactrim, ceftriaxone, which is an injection in your buttocks, amoxicillin, which is usually what I take, but it also fights other infections, and fosfomycin, which is a tablet. So the Bactrim, the fosfomycin, and the amoxicillin, those are tablets, and then the ceftriaxone is an injection, and it's painful, let me tell you. But one thing, the only nice thing about it, you just take it once off. The tablets are like 3-day courses, 5-day courses, even 7 days, depending on the type of bacteria that you have. And that is all the information I have about UTIs. I said a mouthful, and I hope that you can take some information from this video, if not everything. You will definitely see me on another episode of Sister Talks. I hope you enjoyed listening to me, because I was talking a lot. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and have you ever had a UTI, and what was your first impression, or like what did you do when you had like these symptoms? Because the first time I had like that burning sensation was, I think I was going to class and I was in a shuttle, and the shuttle felt like it was driving forever. It was the worst the worst ever, but now I know better. I haven't had them, as I said, I think it's been 3 years. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on another video.